Cute, sexy, and fun. You're watching CSF Nation's own WMK TV, Channel 90. Okay, I did not realize that I was using the old song for the intro, but you guys like that little transition there? You guys like that little transition there? Anyway, everything seems to be working. Everything seems to be working. I wonder if I can get. We'll probably have to get all the. We're still setting up, so it's still under construction. But let's see how it works out. Good morning, CSF Nation. I'm Makini, an IDR Sherman Illustrator. Welcome you to a new studio for Makini in the morning. We're still in the North Tower. We're still in the North Tower, but we underwent a major renovation, actually. So, welcome to a new look for Makini in the morning. I'm still under construction. I'm still working on everything. But everything, essentially, we just moved everything over to OBS. We moved everything over to OBS. I feel like that makes perfect sense for me. And that means everything can run much more smoothly. I'm hoping. And I think as time's going to go on, I'm going to add more. We'll add more stuff as we go along. But good morning to everybody. Let me know what you guys think of the new. Let me know what you guys think of the new layout. Also, we have a new little transition screen that I'm going to show you right now. There we go. See that? See that? See that? It's a little cool little transition thing that we did there. Yeah, a little transition that we put in with the logo and everything. I don't have the "You never were meant to sneak in" on Makini in the morning. So yes, so thanks for exposing yourself. No, but let me know what you guys think of the new layout. We are returning to OBS because I figured that would make a lot more perfect sense and all that good stuff. And what we're going to do today is we're going to cover. There's one thing I do want to cover today, and hopefully it's some good news. But I'm going to show you what I'm doing right now. Is I'm working on a new. I'm working on a new logo for the for Peak Gaming, basically, because I want to have a transition for the Peak Gaming shows as well. So let me know what you guys' thoughts are with the new layout and everything. I really would appreciate all y'all's feedback on this one. Smack that like button, make it jiggle. Smack that subscribe button, make it jiggle as well. Thank you guys for the for yesterday's show, I do need to bring in I still need to bring in a new I still need to bring in a brand new still need to add the timestamps. I mean, I still need to add the timestamps with everything. So this one's going to be more of a chill, kind of fun morning. What I'm doing right now is I'm making a logo for the transition that I want to use with Peak Gaming. I'll show you the site that I use. It's a free site that gives you scene transitions that you can insert your own logo. It's pretty cool stuff. The more premium stuff you do have to pay out of pocket. But I figured this would be cool, and I wanted to take the logo that you see on Keppa's top, which is actually the company logo right there, and I just called it Protocol Kitsuna Advancements because obviously Peak Industries and Peak Technologies has already been taken. Peak Technologies. but I just want to make this quick little logo, and I'm going to show you guys how we set up everything. And before I do that, let me turn on let me get some music going, so that way you're not hearing just me full of dead air. Me just, full of dead air and shit. Where's my videos? Okay. We'll use our house voice. I'm going to build a dedicated playlist moving forward for Makini in the morning. So now that Peak Gaming has its own playlist, Makini in the morning will have a dedicated playlist as well. So we'll just go from there. And yes, the audio is much better here than it is on the audio is much better here than say on StreamYard. All right, I felt the audio is much better here. Okay, now let's go to. I'm gonna save this under. We'll save this under. We'll Makini draws check content. Stock footage clips. Maybe images. Peak game components. We'll just put it here. This will be the prototype. Okay. Prototype Kitsuna Advancements and logo. Okay. Prototype Kitsuna Advancements. Okay, so we got that. And let's do the site. I'll put the link in the site. It's called profounder.com/transitions. If I can open up let me open up my chat real quick. I forgot to open my chat log up. As you can guys see, I'm just getting started. Okay. Open up my chat log real quick. Okay, so that is the chat. So I use this one as an old film transition. We're gonna use something that feels futuristic in some way. Nah, that's too much futuristic. Something that's more point. No, we'll use Titan Core. Okay, we'll just use the default no fill logo. And then we're gonna upload our image. Here, prototype, protocol, Kitsuna, advancements. That's just what I named it, okay? Just what I named it here. And There we go. Probably update the logo as we go along. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. It converts to 3D. That's tight. That's tight. Okay, that's tight. That is tight. Let's see if we can grab the... Here, I'm gonna grab the, oh, I did not know that. I just did not know that. Okay. Let me open up. Let me get my image of Keppa out. Because I gotta see this. Because we gotta see this, so... Let's do... Pictures. Pictures... motivation. Wasn't motivation. No, not motivation. Same channel rewards. 25.5. May. You don't have that. We don't have not give a cap up. Okay, hang on 1 second. 1 second. I'm gonna try to look for this. I'm gonna try to look for this. K-E-P-A. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna grab this. We're gonna use her colors. We're just gonna grab it from here. Logo side color. Let's grab it from. We're gonna grab it from here. So I want to see if it shows up with I want to see what the. Oh. That's what it does. Okay, so it switches the logos, switches the colors up. Okay. Okay, then let's do a metal. And let's go back. Let's go back. Do a metal. Background color 1, 2. Lights. This should be good. Set the. I like it converted to 3D. I like that it converted to 3D. But no, let me know what you guys think of the new layout. Let me know what you guys think of the new layout. So yeah, we'll stick with that. We'll stick with that. We'll stick with that. Okay, processing. All right. All right. So I'm gonna have a new stinger. So I have a new stinger for. So that way I'll have a stinger just for Peak Gaming. Maybe we'll have its own stinger. Hey, Bronny G, Neo J, Emerald, and Mama Bear, good morning. I'm kind of going off the cuff a little bit here. But no, this is a site that you can, that offers free and premium stinger transitions for OBS. So I thought it would be awesome to kind of do something for Peak Games. So we gotta wait. So we're gonna have to wait. Okay. In the meantime, while we wait, I do want to pop up a video from Chibi Reviews, and I think this one's going to be a much more positive video. I think so. I think this is going to be a much more positive video. But oh, Chaos Zero Nightmare has 1.5 million registered. Nice. Hey, sorry, we are all over the place. All over the place here. Okay, so Japan Strikes Back. So I'm gonna put this up. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put a link. Check out Chibi Reviews, as always. Check out Chibi Reviews, link in the description. This is about Japan fighting back, and that seems to be the case. So let's switch over to the dual screen setup. So check this transition out. Oh, wrong one. Check this transition out. There we go. Okay, so we got the dual screen setup. We're gonna move everything over. We're gonna move everything over. We're gonna move everything over to the big screen. So we'll have Chibi on the big screen, and then we'll have Keppa and all the good stuff as we're waiting for that to set up. So I'm very interested in seeing this. Okay, all right, and go.
Demon Slayer Infinity Castle has passed 600 million worldwide, tracking to become one of the top 5 highest-grossing movies of 2025 so far. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle is crossing the 600 million mark at the global box office this weekend, the first anime to ever surpass this mark. Global box office breakdown per country updated tomorrow. A Japanese anime movie is going to make more than Superman in any Marvel movie this year. Crazy.
That is crazy.
And now we have the actual numbers.
Yeah, I completely forgot about this one. Yeah, Demon Slayer is destroying the box office. Let's put it this way: Demon Slayer is destroying the box office right now, and that's a good thing.
And this was hours upon hours ago. Infinity Castle has reached 616 million, while Superman is at 615 million. This is a monumental moment, not just for Demon Slayer, but anime. This is a complete rejection of Hollywood's movies. This is a complete rejection on how the West handles just media.
Video audio's been on the low side. Okay, got it.
You're not going to tell me, if you were paying attention this last summer, about how much conversation was around, let's say, Fantastic Four or even Superman.
Okay, is it much better now?
A lot of people talking about Superman in a lot of a positive way. And the fact that you have an anime movie, regardless if we know it's very popular in Japan or not, but you have an anime coming into theaters around the world globally, and it's surpassing something like Superman is pretty huge. Especially since, from my understanding, everybody really loved the Superman movie.
I probably need to adjust this so they can set up for
Is
Chibi.
that you have a series that is relatively new in the grand scheme of things. Like, when you compare it to like something like Superman, a massive monumental franchise, a monumental icon, getting surpassed by a series that is relatively new in the last decade is pretty crazy. But it doesn't just stop there. We need to look at the cold hard facts here on what this actually means. What this moment means for Demon Slayer and anime. But we need to look at this graph here, and you can see that just the overall progression at the box office that Demon Slayer had over these weeks. And when you get to week 8, you can just see the radical jump. It just goes straight up, basically, and it starts surpassing everything that was in the top 10 or top 5 of the box office this year. Like, for instance, instantly you see Fantastic Four was just surpassed, and then it surpasses a few others, and then, once again, this was made earlier today, not even counting for the new stuff. For instance, it's now surpassing Superman, but it is now above Superman, and it's getting closer.
So just one second, guys. I'm
gonna
switch over to the
so let's look at the actual
gaming,
box office films of
peak
this
gaming.
year. So at this time, we gotta look at
OBS.
this because the data is a little bit outdated, as you can see here, because it always says 605 million. But we gotta look at the data here. So Fantastic Four, it box office at 521 million. Still pretty impressive, but we gotta take a look at the actual budget of this film. If you scroll down and look at the budget is $200+ million. So we don't have an exact amount, but it made, I would assume the movie made even. I could be wrong there, correct me if I'm wrong, but the movie more or less made even. But then we go into the next one. We have Mission Impossible. It also was around 598 million, and we got to look at its overall budget here. If you scroll down, you'll see the budget is around 300 to 400 million mark. That is definitely not good, especially with how much money was poured into this movie. Not a lot of profit, honestly, for that. But then we go even further up.
Okay, let's see how.
We actually see Demon Slayer.
All right, let's test this and see how it works with peak gaming. So let's switch over to dual screen. Nice! 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 There we go. That's tight. That's tight. That is tight. Oh, that's tight. Okay. Let me switch over to... I like that. I like that. Maybe way too futuristic, but still clean regardless. So, there we go. Now we have a transition for peak gaming.
17 million, surpassing Superman. So, yeah, that's a pretty big deal. But anyways, we gotta look at Superman's budget before I look at Demon Slayer's budget, because I think this is a pretty big deal to actually look at. So, if you look at Superman, the movie's budget was 225 million. To make this movie, okay? And from everything I heard from this last summer, a lot of people agreed it was a good movie. Now, there's probably going to be some that disliked the movie or didn't like certain things about it, but overall, I heard a lot of positivity around it. And so, when you look at this budget, it more or less, it made some money back, but it wasn't, like, from my understanding, this isn't an overwhelming home run success, but it is, you know, they did make, you know, even, or at least a little bit over even, to my understanding. Now, we go to Demon Slayer. And when you look at Demon Slayer's budget,
okay,
this is how much it costs to make the movie.
Oh, wow.
$20 million. And they are now sitting over $600 million. That is legitimately like $600 million profit if we're calculating the $617 million they made, or probably even more now today. So probably we're looking at like $620 million that the movie has gained. So if we subtract the $20 million from it, they have made...
That's mental. That is absolutely mental.
Profit. They have made way over even, breaking even with paying people. They have quadrupled their money. They have done even more than that. And as I said at the beginning of this video, this is a complete rejection of Hollywood. This is a complete rejection on what Hollywood has been doing for these last few years when it comes to making movies, but also stories that they have been telling. So what do I mean by that statement? Well, one of the big reasons why I'm saying stuff like that is because, let's be honest. Hollywood has been in a spiral, a downward spiral, where a lot of people just don't want to go to the theaters anymore. And this has been a big hot topic as of late for the last few years, that people just don't want to go to cinema. They don't want to go to theaters and watch a movie. And it's very clear if you look at the numbers and stuff, that box office and, ticket sales and stuff have been slowly going down over the years. People would rather just sit at home and stream their movies and stuff than go to a theaters. Now, there is exceptions to this. There is, of course, obvious, that break out and all that, and Demon Slayer is probably one of those cases. But the point is that there has been an ongoing trend that a lot of people just do not like some movies that's coming out in Hollywood nowadays, especially in the West. And a lot of these comic movies and different things like that, people they're growing bored with them.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is. I think it's a lot of what it comes into. It's just that Hollywood is just
superhero movies or supervillain movies and stuff like that. And it's very clear that the audiences are growing tired of that. And they're growing tired of the same format over and over. And so when you look at Demon Slayer, and now that on the charts it is rivaling stuff like Superman, it's massive. That is actually insane for a few reasons. Because for one, a lot of movies that are created nowadays are getting out of hand when it comes to their budget. Their budget is astronomically high, to the point to where they have to make quadruple the amount of what they invest in it just to be able to break even, or even make some bit of profit back, which is pretty bad. Just legitimately, that is not good whatsoever. And the fact that you have a movie like Demon Slayer, well, if you're an anime fan, you know it didn't technically come out of nowhere, but if you're someone that doesn't really involve yourself in the anime and manga community, you're gonna look at Demon Slayer and you're gonna be like, holy crap, this movie was made for $20 million, and it straight up is making over $600 million in profit. That's insane. That is insane. Now, there is a lot of good and a lot of bad about this. First off, let's talk about the good, okay, before I get into the nasty. First off, I'm happy for Studio Photable. I'm happy that Studio Photable was able to, get this amount of recognition, be able to make this amount of profit, because regardless of how the future, whatever happens in the future, thanks to these circumstances, I am very happy that the work of Studio Photable and the staff and everyone involved is getting recognized, that they are getting paid, and that they are getting showcased that to around the world, that they have made quite a masterpiece, that people deem it a masterpiece, and that something like this is even rivaling a massive title like Superman. That's a big deal, and I'm very happy for everyone involved that worked on this project. Now, another thing I do want to say is I do think that it's interesting that the same studio
Western right fatigue. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it, just like Western right fatigue.
Tax evasion, by the way. Yeah, if you don't know that, I'll put an article.
Wait, what?
Look at it for yourself. But yeah, Studio Photable, the animators of Demon Slayer, they got into some tax issues a few years back.
Oh,
and the fact that this is the same studio that is now making over $600 million in profit, it's just there's some irony there, there's some funniness there that definitely should be talked about. But the point is that Studio Photable's come a long way, and they've always been a fantastic animation studio. As someone that's been watching their stuff for over a decade, I mean, watching them from Fate Zero to Karno Kyokai and stuff like that, and Fate Stay Night, and then eventually to Demon Slayer, their evolution as a studio has been gradual, but understandable why they eventually reached this point. Because anyone that watched their original films, I'm not talking about like Heaven's Feel and stuff from Fate, but like Karno Kyokai, for instance, you'll know Studio Photable has just always been a hands-down amazing company in terms of like what they make. When it comes to their animation art department, it's insane. It's actually mind-blowing how good they are. Even if you go back early on in the 2010s and 2000s and stuff, their stuff is crazy. And I've always thought if there was a movie that eventually was animated well enough and it was a big enough series, they would explode in the box office. I always had that feeling, and that's exactly what has happened. Demon Slayer really is an example of that it is one of those series that just had everything at the right time work for it, and that is why it's so successful. Now, we need to talk about the bad. Now, I hate being a doomer and being, like, upset about this, but there is obviously inherent issues with this movie doing so well. I don't want to take away from the fact of the success of the movie, but the issue I think that this is going to lead to is that a lot of people in Hollywood, these companies, Warner Brothers, Paramount, Disney, all these different companies,
I know
Universal, they're going to look at Demon Slayer.
Yeah, they're going to look at Demon Slayer and they're going to try to replicate it. That's what it's going to come down to. I think the bad part is that they're going to look at what's been going on, what is going on with this, this small budget movie. They're going to replicate it, guaranteed.
I'm going to be like, okay, how does this movie look so good? And it is literally a fraction of what our movies cost. Like, for instance, Demon Slayer's $20 million. And you know what? Let's take a look at How to Train Your Dragon is. How much is this budget here? How to Train Your Dragon is $150 million in budget. Obviously, it's made a lot of profit back. But, that's a big but here. The fact is that Demon Slayer is only $20 million. And it looks that incredible. I think a lot of people in Hollywood are going to take a look at this, and they're going to be like, how can we replicate the budget and this amount of profit? And I think they're going to, there's a few things that's going to happen. You're going to have these companies start investing in Japanese studios or Japanese animation and stuff to try to make
just like Netflix, just like we're seeing with Netflix.
That's what's probably going to happen. But another aspect of this is that they're going to partner up with these studios and companies to make some profit. And besides, obviously, maybe activism and politics being poured into
censorship,
the big issue is that it's going to cause the animator issue to get even worse. And if you don't know what I'm talking about like how animators are overworked, not paid enough, and they fall asleep at their desk and stuff. It's a huge issue.
Yeah. Major issue, actually.
I feel like with how little budget was poured into the movie, it's going to make that issue already with animators much worse, because they're going to think that the normal pay that animators are getting paid right now is A-okay, completely fine to basically overwork everyone to be able to get something out. They're going to think that's A-okay. And so they're going to be pretty much more or less like sweatshopping a bunch of animators to get different shows that look like Demon Slayer out, but for the same amount of profit or maybe even less. And I think that is a very bad thing. I think that's exactly what's going to happen, and I sense that in the future. Because for a fact these companies, when they operate, they're not looking at ways to pay animators or people more. They're looking at ways they can save profit, save money. And in this case, that's exactly what's going to happen. And the fact that it's already been proven now that a movie could come out like this for a fraction of the cost, they're going to try to replicate it. It's pretty much the equivalent of what Silk Song has done. Like,
totally.
Or Hollow Knight or Expedition 33 in the gaming space. That's pretty much what Demon Slayer has now done to Hollywood. What they have done to Western media. Because it is a complete rejection of everything, but I feel like there is going to be symptoms that's going to lead it to be not good. But we'll see. We will see where the future holds. But regardless, insane feats. Regardless of the negativity, I am happy for Demon Slayer. I'm happy for the staff. I'm happy for what they've done. It is an insane feat that is not something that you can really take away. It is a record that is going to probably take a while to beat. Good on Demon Slayer. I think the only thing that probably could beat this record now for an anime film would probably be Demon Slayer Infinity Castle Part 2. I honestly think that is the only way at this point this record's going to be beaten, because when you think about it, this is the first movie. It's going to be a trilogy, by the way. And if it's already netting this much profit on the first movie, imagine the second. Imagine the finale. Like, oh my goodness. I would not be surprised when the third movie comes out and makes over $1 billion, or close to $1 billion in budget.
It's going to make
I would not be surprised.
It's going to make pre-COVID MCU numbers, basically. It is going to make pre-COVID MCU numbers by the time the third film comes out. It is going to make pre-COVID MCU numbers.
Rivals something like these statistics with Lilo and Stitch or Neja. I would not be surprised. Well, I don't know if it'll reach Ninja level. That's crazy profit. I haven't even seen that movie, but that's crazy profit. But I do think that it would rival and probably go beyond the Minecraft movie and Lilo and Stitch. And if it is even able or capable of surpassing the Minecraft movie, you realize how insane that is? Because Minecraft is a cultural phenomenon as well. It is. It really is. And if it is able to, eventually one of their movies is able to surpass that, I don't even know what I would say. I'm going to have to think on what I would even say to something like that.
Ooh, boy.
But I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe, do leave a like, and leave a comment as well. Helps with your algorithm. I don't know why I was stirring my words there. Need some water. But anyways, love you guys. Chibi out.
Yeah, that's the case. That seems to be the case, man. That seems to be the case. It's interesting to say the least. The whole thing is like interesting to say the least, and you know, we kind of saw that with like the Netflixification. We kind of saw that with kind of the Netflixification of anime right now, because now like a lot of stuff is coming to anime, and you know, a lot of anime is coming to Netflix and shit like that, and it's like it's lucrative, and people are loving it, but man, there are some caveats behind it. There is definitely some caveats behind it too. So yes. Anyway, to any of the new people who are joining in, yes, we got new transitions. I will be adding new alerts as well. I'll be adding alerts. I'll be adding all that good stuff. I'll be adding alerts. I'll be adding transitions, all that good stuff. Well, I already have transitions for peak gaming, but I will be adding alerts for both peak gaming and Makini in the morning. So we'll have some full alerts. By the way, I have moved myself over to OBS. We're going back on OBS. It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. It just makes perfect sense at this point. So that's kind of the thing. So this is what we kind of work on with Marisol. We're gonna want to implement. I do want to implement this 7-day forecast back again for OBS and such like that, and it's not gonna last forever. No. Popularity is gonna fall off at some point. Maybe far off into the future, but now it is riding on high. Just hopefully it doesn't signal the end. Just hopefully it's not, the popularity doesn't just completely signal the end though. But I mean, hell, K-pop Demon Hunters is still going strong. So if you think about it, K-pop Demon Hunters is still going strong though. But it's a very interesting time that we're in. It's a very interesting setup that we're in right now. You know, it's definitely something exciting to kind of look forward to. It's definitely kind of exciting to look forward to. Okay, now I do have another video where you're very I was on StreamYard, man. I was on StreamYard. Now I'm just saving StreamYard only for Makini Live because, you know, nobody else is willing to jump on OBS, so why not? He can't set up on OBS apparently. Not everybody can set up on OBS. I mean, so I guess we'll have to. It'll just be a one-man show basically. Yep, still getting a lot of reviews. Yep, it's still going strong, guys. All right. Okay, so are you guys ready for some coping? Are you guys ready for some delicious coping here? You know, let's go. Not for me, but for Ananta. Yes, we're back. You know what? This came out yesterday. This is from Rev. Says Desu. I'll put a link to Rev's channel. Put a link to Rev's video. But yes, they are. You know what? You're beating. You know what? Yes, they can't beat those. They can't beat those allegations. I will agree. They cannot beat the. They can't beat the allegations. To be fair. To be fair, Ananta can't beat the allegations of plagiarism, I mean. However, people are excited, man. People are excited. And you know what? I am too. I am too. I'm definitely looking forward to this one. So, but this one is coming from Rev, says Desu. Go and check him out. Let's see what Rev's got to say.
Hey, what's up, guys? Rev here. So just like anything else in the gaming industry, whenever there's something good and promising on the horizon, people start seething about it. They find any reason to be upset, and that's happening once again with the upcoming release of an open world RPG named Ananta. Now, despite the controversy we're going to look at today, overall there's a lot of support. You can see the latest gameplay trailer that was uploaded 5 days ago. It has nearly 3 million views on this trailer alone, and also you can see the like to dislike ratio. People are very impressed, and I'll let the trailer play a little bit in the background as I talk here. But basically, people have labeled this the anime Grand Theft Auto, and for good reason, but it goes beyond that. It appears that they have taken a lot of successful aspects of other games and mashed it into this one game, which normally sounds very exciting, right? But of course, we live in times where people want to be miserable about everything, and here you have anime girls plus fun. Yeah, that makes the usual suspects seethe in anger.
Okay, now, okay, come on now. What is, now, somebody explain to me. Now, explain to me, guys. Anime girls plus fun. How is that not a bad combination? Come on. Come on. Think about it. Think about it. Anime girls plus fun. How is that? That sounds like a match made in heaven right there, okay? You're not really pushing me away. You're actually selling me more on the game. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. You're kind of selling me more on the game. It's not really anti-marketing. It's actually you're kind of marketing the game. It's like, okay, sign me up.
Games journalists and shills on social media who are trying to not only disparage this game, but also are encouraging Sony to try to take this down with legal action. The same type of people who cheer on Palworld and are condemning Nintendo for the lawsuit they filed against that game. But anyways, there's a lot to look at with this game. Like I said, a lot of aspects. I think a lot of people are sold alone with a cute anime girl wearing yoga pants dropping bombs from behind the three-point line. But anyways, this has a lot of aspects. I can't go through all of them, but there's one component of the game where you can do police-like interactions, including arresting people, doing body searches.
Oh, they're going to get mad about that. They're going to get mad about that. They're going to get mad about that. I love that. Oh, they going to get mad. Remember, they took the police out of Spider-Man 2 because, you know, fucking dumbasses, man. Just absolute dumbasses, bro. Oh, they are going to go hard on this. Oh, just remember, they got ass mad about Spider-Cop in the first Spider-Man game that they took the police out entirely because, you know, BLM or some fucking stupid shit like that. Come on. You guys are so ass mad because of fucking ACAB shit like that. Like, go fuck off. Fuck off. Oh, I love it.
Drug tests and issuing fine tickets. A little while ago, I talked about Take Us North, which is a propaganda piece where you play the role of an illegal migrant trying to enter the United States. And I said they got it all wrong. Not just the propaganda, but they should have done a reverse where you play the Border Patrol. But
yeah, I know, right?
Ananta is doing that reverse that I talked about. There's also a dating system in this game. And oh boy howdy, can I...
Oh my god, I just realized something. I could accomplish my dream deleting body cam footage. Listen, Jay, I just realized something. We need like a gacha Border Patrol game. We need like an anime Border Patrol game. How crazy would that be? How much of a meltdown that would be? That would be chef's kiss. Just think about it. Just think about it.
Not waits for the amount of people calling users and participants of the system incels, predators, fascists. How would they call them?
Every single buzzword in the book, ladies and gentlemen. Every buzzword in the book. You gotta love it.
Fascists. Well, it's 2025, okay? They'll find a way to call people fascists for playing a dating sim aspect of this game. But anyways, good news for a lot of people. This is a free-to-play game. And a lot of people assumed without any sort of confirmation that this was a gacha game. They never.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I think a lot of people still think it's a gacha game.
A lot of journalists and users on social media assumed, based on, you know, the anime characters and the open world concept. But no, it is not your traditional gacha game. It's going to have in-game purchases with just cosmetic stuff like furniture, cars, outfits, stuff like that. So I'm sure they're going to make a gorgillion dollars on this game, to be honest with you. And the hype is definitely there. At this point, I believe there's over 11 or 12 million pre-registered users who are waiting for this game to come out after the latest trailer. There's a lot of hype surrounding this game.
If you're
but
not,
of course,
if
like
you,
I said,
if you're not one of those 10, 11 million users, what are you doing? Wishlist it now. I'm telling you right now.
nothing good can come to the gaming industry without getting the usual suspects very upset, including journalists at The Gamer, who have said Ananta isn't anime GTA 6. It's a creatively bankrupt gacha game. Now, of course, like I said, people are calling it the anime GTA, but that's not all it is. It's kind of a funny joke, but there's a lot of other aspects to this that people are discovering and they see being pulled from other games and put into one setting, which normally is a very good thing. But of course, they're calling it a gacha game as well. They assumed, without any confirmation, this was a gacha game. It never was being sold as a gacha game, so isn't it great to see a journalist in their own title, not corrected by the way, it has not been edited, calling this a gacha game to hate on it when it was never confirmed to be one in the first place. And it's even more ironic coming from The Gamer, who on their best pick, their staff pick of 2024 for the best games, they ranked Pal World number 3 of all games. This is the exact type of thing they're condemning.
Gotta love the irony, guys. You gotta love the irony.
Pokemon, and they cheer this on, but with Ananta, they're very, very upset and condemning it. Very, very ironic. But anyways, they call this game, Ananta, something that feels hollow. It sucks. Games can look this good and feel so hollow. And they mention that they're taking swinging and parkour mechanics from Insomniac's Spider-Man titles. Oh boy, we'll see a lot more posts about
this
that
go
right
would be
now,
so hollow.
where we have viral posts like this with 27,000 likes, nearly 7 million views, saying, "Hey Insomniac, can I copy your homework?" Looking game.
I mean, the AAA industry knows a thing or two about being hollow. Anyway.
How do these gacha games get away with straight up ripping off Spider-Man, not saying swinging mechanics shouldn't be done, but these are literally the Spider-Man 2 animations? Yeah, leave the billion-dollar company alone. There's a lot to unpack here. I mean, number one, like we already talked about, this is not a gacha game. So they're using gacha in an inflammatory way to try to, try to insult the game. But it's just not true. It's not a gacha game. So also people are saying Sony lawyers looking at the new Ananta gameplay footage. Like there's something there that they should
really
file a lawsuit over.
Me too.
And then you have people saying you're effing joking, referring to other similar mechanics. And this person says, I hope Insomniac sues the ever-living F out of them. Now this might seem stupid.
Based on Ananta's Kyle. I love it.
Reason why this is so dumb. They published the official gameplay trailer on the PlayStation YouTube channel. So if Sony had an issue with anything to do with this game, why would they not only support it, but promote it and publish it? I literally cannot believe these are sentient human beings saying these things. And if you keep breaking it down, you can also see that NetEase is a part of this, and of course, they work closely with Sony, and Marvel Rivals made them a huge stack of cash. And then we're getting into a more detailed explanation. I think this does a really good job, so I'm going to read through this really quick. To answer your question in the second paragraph, Ananta is heavily advertised and marketed by Sony. Sony owns Insomniac Games.
Shout out to Permaban.
NetEase published Ananta and is also partnered with Marvel and produces arguably the most popular Marvel game of recent years. NetEase and Sony had a high-profile partnership back in 2021. Likely their partnership roles have expanded over the years. So if it really was a problem, Sony would have been the one to sue. Evidently, Sony is just fine with it. Not only fine with it, but supportive of it. Sony likely gave NetEase their explicit permission to use the Spider-Man mechanics, probably even asked some Insomniac devs to help with the implementation. You can now have your opinion about how it's one-to-one. It looks, and I agree, but it's a nothing burger. The parties involved, based on available facts, likely consented to it. I mean, if these partners here had any issues...
So are we gonna make the term? Are we now gonna coin the term patent without consent? Patent without consent now, you know? Do they consent to this patent? Patenting game mechanics without consent? And that's gonna be the term. Just watch.
If Sony had any issue, they would have done something. They wouldn't have allowed this to happen. So I don't understand the amount of bootlicking for Sony and people encouraging them to sue, or Insomniac, which of course is owned by Sony, to take some sort of legal action against Ananta is just absolutely silly. It would be completely self-defeating to sue someone that you're working with. It makes no sense, especially when there's a positive result going. But people are seeing these slight comparisons and freaking out as if this never existed in any other game. Every person who is whining about Ananta, especially when it comes to the Spider-Man 2 references and the swinging motions, these are likely the same people who condemn Nintendo's lawsuit against Palworld. So I think there's a lot of hypocrisy. I would just assume, if you saw someone mad at Ananta for this, you should also assume that they're cool with Nintendo. Otherwise, they're massive hypocrites. So it's just very, very weird. But of course, you have these very aggressive posts we looked at, encouraging lawsuits against Ananta, and you have posts like this describing very clearly the stakes that we're talking about here and how ridiculous these posts really are. How do these people respond who have been attacking Ananta? Oh, they don't want to have a real discussion. They say, this is the most copium post I've ever seen, LOL. There's no reason to even try and argue with these people. They've made their minds up. This is the average social media user. They make their mind up about something, and they just don't want to hear something that conflicts with their own opinion. And this is really a prime example of that. But of course, we have some other people confirming what was previously stated in that long post. This user saying, can confirm today I asked the Ananta devs about this at Tokyo Game Show and possible conflicts with Spider-Man plagiarism complaints. They told me there's no issue for similar reasons. And here's Mark Kern, an OG WoW dev, saying, OG Blizzard was never original. Our formula was to take what works from other games and combine them, then add some unique flavoring on top.
That's true.
Sprinkle, it works. Ananta is just...
How do you think genres are made? Exactly.
Also, what I would assume a lot of other developers are doing as well. It is perfectly normal to take inspiration from other games, to see what's working for them and try to incorporate it in your own game. As long as you're not completely copying the entire thing one-to-one, start to finish, every aspect of the game, I think you're going to be okay. And again, a lot of the people whining about Ananta are the same ones who are whining about Nintendo suing Palworld, so very ironic. Also, as pointed out here too, we're going to have a tourist issue. I guarantee there's going to be a big tourist issue, as with any anime-themed game or any anime-themed piece of media these days. It's going to get a lot of attention, and the tourists are going to be out in full force. See some posts already starting to...
Get ready!
Basically saying...
The fan service issue!
Too many characters get...
It has begun! It has begun! Let's read this. Hold on a second, guys, let's read this.
Can we talk about the fact that too many characters are getting fan serviced? For example, Dila. Is she even wearing a suit? It looks like she's wearing plastic instead. Machonica also has some revealing spots. Please tell me y'all's opinion, and we should be respectful towards each other. Thanks for reading.
Listen, honey. I can tell. You got a Genshin profile picture. So I can smell the copium coming from your profile picture already. We ain't gonna have this. Fan service. We ain't gonna have this fan services bad discussion here. Okay. All right. As a pro fan service channel, pro fan service community that we have here in the CSF nation. Okay, cute, sexy, and fan service nation. It's cute, sexy, and fun, but that could be changed around. As my lead president, CSF nation here, we will not accept this blasphemy towards fan service here. We're all tired. We're all tired of we are all tired of this discussion here. Fan service is essential. Fan service is totally fine. Bye, tourist.
Fan service. Saying, is this character even wearing a suit? Oh, and this character has revealing spots, and they're wearing plastic instead of a real suit. Please tell me y'all's opinion, and we should be respectful towards each other, okay? Thanks for reading.
Bitch, mate.
We're not doing this here.
We ain't doing this. Nope, we're not doing this. We are not doing this.
Okay?
No. You have a discussion that says fan service issue. We're not doing this today. We are not doing this. Nope. We're not doing it. Do not listen to these idiots. Not Naked Rain, Netties, do not listen to these clowns. Okay? We're done with this discussion. We are done with this discussion. Fan service has a right to stay, just like everything else. Be gone.
I think it's very obvious they're trying to play into that at least a little bit.
Anyway.
We're not doing this. We're not going to have the same repeats of other popular games, whether it's actual gacha games like, let's say, Genshin Impact, for example. We're not going to have people coming in and trying to alter how things are going to be presented for everyone else, the vast majority of people who might be playing this game who do not...
Yes, I hear you guys, but we're not going to have this... We're not going to go into this outrage again over fan service. We're already seeing it as too much as it is. It needs to... Yeah, we're not going to play this game. Either you're in it or not. Sorry. Sorry.
Have an issue with these things, and if they do have an issue, they'll be normal enough to just, I don't know, not engage with it. And even in the game, it sounds like a lot of the outfits, that's what you're going to be paying for in terms of microtransactions. So if you don't want to buy revealing outfits, then literally close your wallet and don't do it.
Let me dance.
But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below.
Hope you
guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Okay. Do you guys get the point, right? You guys get it, right? You guys understand, right? Right? I think we can all unanimously agree, right? Okay. All right. Okay. Now, let me go. Okay. We can all unanimously agree. Let me go. Let me swing around the city and dance with my, let me swing. Okay. We can all agree, right? Okay. Let me swing. Okay. Let me swing around the city. Let me swing around the city like Spider-Man, and let me dance with my Foxu girl in peace, okay? I'm just saying, okay? Okay? We could stop here, alright? That's what I'm just saying. Alright? Let me swing around the city and let me dance with the Foxu girl in peace, okay? Yeah, dance with my girl in peace. I'm just saying, okay? You're not gonna take this away from me nor anybody else, okay? You're not gonna take that away from us, okay? Seriously, let me dance with my Foxu, okay? I'm just saying. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. You guys know where my priorities are. But it doesn't stop there though. It doesn't stop there though, because there's already you know what? Let's have a bigger laugh. You know what? It's a bigger laugh because you guys know the RE collab is what you resist. Okay, exactly, DOJ. All right, but we're gonna have a laugh today. We're gonna have a laugh today. So they got, so Twitter had another moment over the Resident Evil Nikke collab.
Describe
And
what we're doing
you're gonna
into-
love this. You guys are gonna absolutely love this. This is absolute cinema here. Okay, this meme is brilliant. This meme is absolutely brilliant.
Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So the best way to describe what we're doing in today's video is that over the past 24 hours, I have seen a series of tweets made by the usual suspects where they're complaining about some pretty similar things, whether they're complaining about fan service or anime or anything even close to anime. Now, these people are not completely useless. They at least provide us with some free content.
They're not completely
like in
useless,
today's
so I
scenario.
can't.
So, we begin with Nikke, which is a very popular gacha game that's made by Shift Up, the same studio that made Stellar Blade, and they did collaborations with Stellar Blade, which is something they do all the time. They bring in other franchises and have them collaborate with
ReZero,
the Nikke
Evangelion,
gacha game.
Chainsaw
and
Man.
The most recent one involves Resident
Nier Automata.
Evil, and you can see some of the designs, right? Got Jill Valentine here, but you know, you got busty anime girls and guns.
Just not even
How
that
could
busty,
anyone
though.
be upset? Well,
I
of
was gonna
course
say,
they are.
just not even like.
So there's
Well, this is good. Like Jill and Claire aren't even that busty though. Like they're not even that busty, to be honest with you. Not even Zeta Wong
this
either.
post with 1,000 sentient human beings liking it, saying, "I wish Capcom catered to a broader audience instead of collaborating with this stuff. They're literally doing everything but putting these women in a new Resident Evil
Copium.
game." Now, I've heard of
I
modern
can smell the
audience before, but
copium.
I have not heard of the broader
The
audience.
broader
It sounds like
audience.
some corpo
The broader
slop
audience, ladies and
jargon
gentlemen.
that gets companies completely ruined, right? Trying to apply to a broader audience sounds really bad. If you try to appeal to everyone, you appeal to no one. Nikke and Shift Up, they know their target audience, and that's what they're going for. They're not trying to appease everyone. That's not how this works.
That's not how it
And you
works,
can
buddy.
see
I'm sorry.
They're just very upset that they see these designs, and clearly that is their motive here, but the replies to this are just as unhinged. So this person said, "Can we also address the fact that their faces look like children's?" So this totally sane individual saw designs like this and immediately thought,
Once again! Once again! Once again! Okay? Listen, once again, if the first thought that comes into your mind is children when you look at an anime character, that's a you problem. That is on you. Okay? If that is on you. If you look at this and the first thing you comes to mind is children, that is on you. Who's the real creep around here? Okay? Sorry, I gotta bring that up. Okay, I'm just saying.
of children. It's an incredible self-report that keeps happening.
It is a
over
self-report
and
that
over
keeps
again with these
happening,
people
okay?
On social media, you can see their bio. Disrespect any of the Resident Evil women, and you will start coughing in 3 days. Now that's interesting. I've seen a lot of
That
threats
one
and
wasn't
listened to some
coughing at
threats
all,
today,
so-
but I've never seen one in the bio. Like, you're 28 years old, fuming over Resident Evil characters.
The
and
first thing you think of is
disrespect, you're getting,
children.
like, you're too old for this, okay? But here's another one. You expected comments like this. "Oh, this is a Gooner game."
So it's profitable. So it's profitable. So it's profitable. So it's profitable, right? I mean, that means it's profitable. It's gonna make money, right? I mean, it's gonna make money, right? Right.
Young
right,
people
right.
discovering the word Gooner is one of the biggest mistakes I think that's ever happened in the history of mankind.
Yes.
Anything they see with a hint of sexuality to it, they call it a Gooner game. or what have you.
No. Rev, you are entirely wrong. Rev, you are completely wrong. It's not any hint of sexuality is Gooner. It's any hint of heterosexuality, okay? We have to add that caveat on top of it. It's heterosexuality, okay? If it appeals to heterosexual men, it's Gooner material. I'm just saying, okay? If it's only it's Gooner because it appeals to heterosexual men. So Sorry, I had to add that
Like, if you
caveat.
have a functioning libido, you're a gooner in the eyes of these people. It's very, very strange, but of course, as always with all these types of posts, they're a hypocrite. They're a big fan of deep space, which is basically the reverse.
It's gooner for
the
women.
guys being
It's a gooner
sexualized
game
in
for
that
women.
game, which according to these people is like, it's like ethical gooning or something. because
Ethical
it's
gooning.
male
What kind of
characters
retarded
being
ass phrase is
sexualized, so
that?
therefore it's totally fine and safe for them
shit
to
is that?
consume while judging others for playing games like Nike. Now, of course, the threats are rolling in too. This person's saying, the person who created this game, when I find them. Interesting. That seems like a totally normal response to a new Resident Evil collab. This person's saying...
That's a very keyboard warrior response right there. I'm just saying. It's a very keyboard warrior.
Why the F does it look like AI? And that's another thing that happens, right? There's so much hysteria over AI, people see it everywhere, even when it's not there, right? I understand the concerns and why people wouldn't like AI, but it's gotten to a point where basically people are going around like the boy who cried wolf, calling everything AI, and oftentimes getting people canceled when they're innocent.
Exactly, Neo J. Why they gotta disrespect Bob the Goon for, just like that, man? Points to anybody who knows who Bob the Goon comes from. Points from that. Points
I can't
to anybody.
tell you how many artists I've seen accused of making AI when that's not what they did. And they get jumped, attacked, and people hold on to that reputation for a very long time, even if the claims are disproven, which they are most of the time. But anyways, let's move on to the next topic. So this tweet was like ground zero for a lot of terrible takes and
This is
insanity.
brilliant.
So it's basically saying fan service is a necessity for the medium to thrive, like it or not, with a picture of Marin Kitagawa from My Dress Up Darling. We'll talk about her in just a second. But to this claim, I don't think fan service is necessary for an
It's not
anime to
necessary,
exist. There's
but it
plenty
is
out
a
there
part
that
of
don't
what
have any
is a
fan
way of
service, and they're
life,
just
though.
great. But the idea is that you
It's not
shouldn't be going
necessary, but it
after
is a way of life. I'm
series
just
that have fan service. If you don't like it, just don't.
It's
watch
always
it.
been a part
Most
of
creators
culture.
should
It
have
always
liberty to
will
do
be.
this if they want.
You
It's
can't get
obviously
rid
a
of
pretty
fan
big staple
service.
in anime, but people were very upset about this character in particular. There was a quote being used over and over again by many different people saying that sexualization in anime is deeply rooted in misogyny. And this user points out, of course, that My Dress Up Darling is actually written by a woman, which is something they're trying to wrangle their brains around in the quotes here, saying she has to draw her 15-year-old character naked so men will read her manga. Spoiler, it's still rooted in misogyny. That's right. If a woman sexualizes her own character, it's rooted in misogyny. I love it. She has to draw it that way
Listen, I love it. I love it so much. It's somehow rooted in misogyny. How? Like how? Come on, guys. Get some new material. Guys. Come on. Oh, man, I love this. I love it.
get
I
anyone
love
paying
it.
attention. It's funny how these people are trying to fight misogyny, and they are the most misogynistic people ever. This person believes
irony.
that there's no reason a woman would ever...
I love the irony. You try to fight misogyny, but you're the most misogynistic people ever. Like, come on now. Like, come on. What are we doing here, man? What are we doing here? What are we doing here, ladies and gentlemen? Woo! I'm getting a good laugh. You know what? I get a good laugh. That stream yesterday helped, okay? Makini Live helped yesterday. I need this. I needed this. I'm just saying, I needed this. I needed this, yo. I really needed this today. Woo! Woo! I'm getting a kick out of this. I'm just getting a kick out of this, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
do something like this unless it's to get the approval of men. Very strange stuff. And also,
so pick
this tweet
me.
has
Okay.
somehow 29,000 likes, and this account has 22 followers. Like, I'm sorry, their follower count has not moved Like, that doesn't happen if you have a legitimate, organic, viral tweet.
Oh, it's
But
botted. It's
this is
botted.
Twitter. This happens all the time. But then there's another person trying to do another chess move here where they say MFs versus the concept of internalized misogyny. And the idea that just...
Hold on. Let me read it here. MS versus the concept of internalized misogyny and the idea that just because a woman chooses to do SMTH doesn't mean it's good or not an issue. Choice feminism rhetoric at its finest.
Jesus. Oh, man. Gotta love it, baby. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it.
because a woman chooses to do something doesn't mean it's good or not an issue. Choice feminism rhetoric at its finest. So now we're moving on to internalized misogyny. Another
choice
great
feminism
phrase
rhetoric at its
brought into
finest.
today's arena. But someone would reply saying, okay, but what's misogynistic about this? How is a woman who likes drawing do misogyny? And they say,
No. Let me say it. No. Rev, let me do it.
She's sexualizing her! Underage characters that cater to a specific audience! Let's not pretend we don't know who that audience is and not go into a full detailed analysis right now because of the Twitter character count, but the fact that one alone should be a reason enough.
You're a fucking bitch. You're a bitch. Anyway.
underage character, keyword character, to cater to a specific audience. Let's not pretend we don't know who that audience is. So I guess they're insinuating predators. So that's a pretty lofty accusation.
Very lofty
I don't think
accusation.
Those
That's
type of people
a
are looking
big.
to Mari Kitagawa.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. That's a bold strategy right there. Let's see if it pays off for him.
But anyways, this is their delusions, and they say, not going to go into full detailed analysis right now because of the Twitter character count, but that one fact alone should be reason enough. Yeah, I have this very deep and serious claim, but I don't have time to explain this to you.
I don't have time to explain this yet.
Common people.
Or the
you
Twitter
common
count to
folk,
explain this,
you
but
wouldn't
so you're an
understand my
idiot.
detailed analysis that backs up my delusional
You're
insults and
delusional. You are
claims and
beyond
accusations,
delusional.
quite frankly. Yeah, you could have just made a follow-up reply. So, character limit? I mean, are you serious? Is that why you can't explain your insane position? But we're moving on to the third and final topic of this video. The never-ending debate about Rebecca from
Oh,
Cyberpunk
God. Here we
continues,
go.
Where this lolly character, by all definition,
Here we
is
go.
called not a lolly, so people can ethically consume
Listen.
this anime.
Listen.
But we saw this reply. It's like a long
No. Rebecca is the Western approved lolly. Okay, let's just sum this up. Rebecca is the Western approved lolly. All right.
discussion, but
She's
this
still
person
a lolly,
says,
guys.
but Rebecca doesn't have the personality or look of a lolly. She's just a typical short and extroverted woman. 8,700 likes. When in reality, the studio who made the anime refers to Rebecca as a lolly. These people look you dead in the eyes and say, the Japanese studio that made this anime is wrong, and I'm right, based on my misunderstanding of a very basic term that just means short, petite, with cute aesthetics. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with age or anything else these people are trying to talk about. It's pretty insane, but of course we also have a recent tweet from the Cyberpunk Edgerunners official account referring to her as a lolly. Once again, this was swiftly deleted because people were going absolutely insane inside of the replies. People were making threats,
I'm sorry,
and
that's
this was
based.
all within minutes.
This is
So
a
they
base
eventually
comment.
ran that back and changed out the term and got rid of it. And yeah, because they probably didn't want to deal with a bunch of psychopaths on social media freaking out over a word. Again, a word that's used by the studio that produced the anime. These people will look you in the eyes and say, these people are wrong. The creators from Japan, they're wrong. I'm right. Twitter users, man, they're absolutely exhausting. But that's just a small tidbit of all the crazy tweets. I've seen a lot of them involving anime. There's a flare-up. There's something going on. People are real angry about this stuff as of late. I mean, they've always been angry, but they're a little extra angry as of this week. But anyways,
I love
that's
it.
going to do this video. As
I
always,
love it.
feel free to share your
I
thoughts on today's
absolutely
topics
love
in
it.
the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Woo! Woo! That was good. That was good. I need that laugh. You know, I needed that. I needed that laugh, ladies and gentlemen. I needed that laugh. Woo! Anyway, everybody join in. Welcome to a new setup for Makini in the morning. We are on OBS now. We're officially back on OBS. New setup, as you can see, with the new transitions and all that good stuff. Yes, we're moving on up. Okay, we are finally moving on up. Okay, we're moving on up. We're expanding our horizons a bit. We're stepping up our game a bit, if you could say. We're stepping up the game, you know, to OBS. So let me know what you guys think of the new layouts, the new transitions, and all that stuff. Everything should be running much smoother too. Everything should be much smoother as well. So I feel right at home here on OBS now. And I think it's probably thanks to the Peak Gaming streams that we do. So yes, I feel right at home here on OBS, and it's pretty cool stuff. So now, there's one more video I want to go over. I'm just kind of like chilling out. I'm kind of just chilling out a bit. But I do want to show you guys one little preview. We do have a setup for Peak Gaming now. We have a transition for Peak Gaming, so I'm going to show you this. So check this out. Here we go. That's right. Peak Gaming now has an official transition. So it's pretty cool. Speaking of which, to everybody jumping in here, you guys know what to do.
Thank you for venturing into our world. If you would like to see more, please press the like button and press the subscribe button. We appreciate all of your support. Thank you, and let's journey into the world of Peak Gaming.
Smack that like button, make it jiggle. Smack the subscribe button, make it jiggle. And yes, Makini in the morning now has its own transition too. How you like them apples? Oh, let's get to this other one. Dude, like Vera Dark. Like, Vera Dark's tweet went viral. Vera Dark's tweet went uber viral. Oh, they're getting mad at it. Oh, yeah, I can see this.
You don't think like the mystery is what's in her pants. But yes, now I can finally say, alright, they're sneaking the trans people in. This is why people are upset. As you can see here, they're saying, oh, it's about getting laid. It's about getting laid because from the left, everything is about the fucking pussy. Imagine a world where, you know, art is about beauty and transcending. No, it has to be about getting laid. And they genuinely think that everyone else on planet Earth is like constantly concerned about getting laid. No, like some of us actually have lives. Like we have gotten laid, but when I play a video game, I don't want to look at the monitor. Like, is that too much to ask? No, like this is not just that. It's fucking disgusting. It's fine.
I can't do one for Makini Live because it's simple. Oh, sorry about that. I gotta change up the. Oh, I got that. Yeah, okay. My bad. Okay, there we go. My bad, guys. My bad. Okay. No, because not everybody can join OBS. It's a hassle to try to get people to join OBS, so we're just sticking to StreamYard. Now, if StreamYard implements a custom transition, that would be awesome. No.
We got Mystique. You know what it's called, Mystique? You don't think like the mystery is what's in her pants. But yes, now I can finally say it. all right, they're sneaking the trans people in. This is why people are upset. As you can see here, they're saying, oh, it's about getting laid. It's about getting laid because for the left, everything is about the cock and pussy. They can't imagine a world where, you know, art is about beauty and transcending. No, it has to be about getting laid. And they genuinely think that everyone else on planet Earth is like constantly concerned about getting laid. No, like some of us actually have wives, like we have gotten laid, but when I play a video game, I don't want to puke at the monitor. Like, is that too much to ask? No, like this is not just bad, it's fucking disgusting. It's fine. It's fine. It's
go
an
that far.
awful depiction.
I won't go
right?
that
like,
far,
An
but-
artist actually stood there, drew this, and then asks me for money. And when that happens, I feel like puking. It's like, why should I give you money? You have no fucking talent. Like this is not something that 30 years from now people are going to admire. This is not something that people wear on a t-shirt. No one puts this shit on a hoodie. It's fucking disgusting and vile. And you know what? I actually do have trans friends. Trans friends don't want to play this shit. When they play a video game, they actually want to play as a woman. Mystique herself wouldn't play this shit. She would find it disgusting. You know what? If you think this is good, go to your mother and say that she looks like this. See what
Ow!
happens, you know? Go to your girlfriend and say, oh, you really look like Mystique, huh? And show her this picture. See how she spits on you. A little bit just... Fucking disgusting and vile. And you know what? I'm willing to bet this is a self-insert. This is a narcissist HR twat from some consultant company that wants to make herself feel safe because these people are mentally deficient. They think they're competing with cartoon characters. I'm not kidding. Like, listen to some of these gaming conventions where you see like 40-year-old hags that happen to be in the gaming industry and how they're so concerned that, oh, well, young men, they play these video games and they have unrealistic expectations. It's like, bitch, you're literally thinking you're competing with cartoon characters? Yes, I'm pretty sure this is what a man wants, you know, like a sexy cartoon characters that they can jerk off to and nothing else. Holy fucking shit, this ideology is beyond cancer. But when I say like they're hiding trans people, they're sneaking them in, I'm saying this because the director of the TV show Last of Us literally said this. It wasn't about trans people, it was about gay people. But episode 3, season 1, extremely poorly received.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the entire show is about the zombie apocalypse, so people expect that. Instead, the action takes place on a farm, and you can watch old people fuck. That's episode 3 on The Last of Us. 2 gay men on a farm, barely any action, romance story. People didn't like it. So the director goes in and says, yeah, well, I know the audience doesn't like it, but I was kind of like a mother, you know, like trying to hide the carrot in the broccoli. And it's the vulgarity of it and the condescension, you know, like I'm not a child, he's not my mother. He's basically the person that's supposed to put the monkey and dance for me to entertain me, but instead of that, like, he's trying to subvert me. And this is why people are upset, right? Because we know what you're doing. Like, it's so fucking obvious. It's not about the video game. It's like the constant push for the gaming industry to abolish gender, to destroy femininity, to pretend that women don't exist. That's the real problem. And when they get pushback, right, when they get criticism, I love the fact that they hid the views here so that they don't get to see how these videos get tens of thousands, if not even more views. They're like, oh, these people are incapable of feeling any joy. Yeah, I saw Ice putting on a trailer with the Pokemon music, and for some reason none of the listeners felt any joy. That's very fucking interesting. You know what these people deserve? They deserve that right-wingers should actually infiltrate every single gaming company. And then start fighting leftists and only hire right-wingers. And then when you play X-Men, it's about X-Men deporting people. When you play Company of Heroes, it's about patrolling the Mexican border. When you play, like, literally anything should be about ICE. You know, no escaping it. Even when you watch a football game, there should be, like, a commercial or someone saying, thank you for our ICE agents doing a good job. And maybe then you can understand what it's like to have your entire entertainment co-opted by a rival ideology that instead of trying to entertain you, just constantly tries to push their shit up your TV. The thing that I like is that they're saying, oh well, isn't X-Men trans? Sorry, isn't Mystique trans? Right? Like she's got blue skin, red hair. That's a priority. Oh, Mystique, isn't she trans? And if you're calling X-Men related book, I don't think you understand the X-Men. The X-Men is not about gender identity, environmentalism, equity. The X-Men is about a group of mutants that are being rejected by society, with good reason, by the way, right? Like, I don't agree with the premise. No, I think that if actual people that had the powers that the X-Men had in real life, yeah, I think they should be oppressed. For our safety, for everyone's safety, actually. Like, if you have a person that can go nuclear, right? Do you want to have him as your neighbor? I don't want to fucking have him as your neighbor. There was, like, a mutant that was, like, walking around and killing everyone in a 10-mile radius. Do you want to live next to him? I want to live
Probably
next to
not.
him. And even good mutants, right? Like, even Charles Xavier goes old, has a stroke, millions of people die. Like, I'm sorry, no, I get, like, this whole thing, it's like, oh, yes, X-Men, it's brilliant writing, and no, I think, like, this is one of the examples where the author gets it wrong. Like, if we are actually dragging it outside of the realm of a comic book, right, and we stop our suspension of disbelief, and we're dragging it to planet Earth, the Sentinels did nothing wrong. But anyway, regarding this, is she trans? Not really, I mean, she's a shapeshifter, right? But, like, if you want to stretch it, okay, fine, she's trans. But why would she look like this? You know, what type of person wants to look like this? Like, why would she look like it's a man? Like, if she's trans, she would either look like a Chad, right? Like, she's got the ability to change her physique. She can be anyone, right? So either she would be like that guy from the meme, the Chad, or she would be a very hot woman. Why would she be like this? Who wants to be like... People that look like this don't want to look like this. Do you understand me? Like, people who look like this, they try to use a wig at least. My favorite take was, oh no, V, you don't understand. She's being taken advantage of. The evil right-wingers. They took an uncharitable picture of her.
The evil.
So this is where we're at, right? Like, after so many years, with so much advancement in graphic design and technology, that you actually need to take your fictional character from the correct angle. Like, they're a fat woman trying to take a selfie, and maybe after that add some filter so that the character looks presentable enough for a trailer. Are you fucking shitting me? Like, go and get Liara Tusani from Mass Effect, or Marinda, or Morrigan from Dragon Age, any of those bitches, or Tomb Raider, right? Lara Croft from the first Tomb Raider, and then try to find any angle that you want, any photo that you'd like where they look like this. Of course, you know, it's got the taint of Sweet Baby, and these people, like, love their consultants, but at the end of the day, I know that these people don't buy the game either. Because that's the reason why these games are failing. If these people would actually buy a copy of the game, it wouldn't fail. But, like, they're not even buying it. Like, their entire entertainment, this is entertainment for them, is arguing with right-wingers over this shit. And it's not even like arguing with right-wingers, like, you're arguing with heteronormativity at this point, okay? Like, straight men find this repulsive. There's even a scene where she turns into a guy and she looks the same. Like, there's not much difference. And again, like, you know that this doesn't just happen, okay? Because, like, you go on Twitter, you go on Patreon, you see artists drawing women. They can't draw women, alright? But for some fucking reason, the moment an artist joins a AAA company, they draw like this. So, like, obviously they're told to draw it like this. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I'll see you in the comment section.
So the moral of the story.
Thank you.
So the moral of the story is don't let Makini join a AAA company, right? I think that's the moral. I think that's the moral of the story is don't let Makini join a AAA company. Oh, it's crazy, man. Oh, it's good. It's hilarious, man. I think it's just if you got a AAA budget. You got top-notch technology to be able to do realistic shit. I think you could, give us, something better. Something better than what we're seeing right now. Something better than what we're seeing right now. It's better than that abomination with Mary Jane, but then again, it's not that much. So, It is what it is. I thought it'd be funny. Listen, I just thought it'd be funny. Okay, I just thought it would be hilarious. Okay, I thought it'd just be hilarious to kind of go over this today. It's been a as we're kind of going through this. I'm trying to like get. I'm gonna try to finish Maricela today. I'm gonna try to finish this today. See if we can get much further into the rendering process today, because I didn't get a chance to earlier. Chance to yesterday. Yeah, it's kind of like a little change. I figured a little change up with this more balanced Makini in the morning. The more balanced Makini draws channel. Finding that balance, you know, we got to find that balance. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is hilarious. It's just absolutely hilarious. I'm in a good mood. I think that's what you guys could tell. I'm in a really, really good mood right now. So, oh my god. Oh man. Also, let's kind of revert to that last point, or that's a good point. If you want to talk about, I don't have enough characters to explain to you peasants why I think this is bad. It's like, why don't you make it in a separate post, you idiot? like for real. Some of these people, man, get a freaking stick up their ass about it, man. It's funny. It's funny though. It's absolutely funny. That's all I'll say. The cubic agrees the games for both budget and price to the quality of the games. I know exactly. I know. So I'm in the lighting. So we're in the kind of the lighting with Maricela's uniform, Maricela's outfit. I'm still going. We're gonna do the hair. I'll do the hair last. We'll save the hair for last. Basically, I'm just doing the lighting, backlighting, and then highlights for the hair. Although we really can't do too much. Keep it really, if anything, is this, the point is just to keep everything. We're just trying to keep everything simple. We're trying to keep everything simple and straightforward. Trying to keep it all simple, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to keep it as simple. Okay. And we'll probably go. What time is it? 7:29. Okay. We're gonna stop at around 7. How about 7:45? So we'll go for another. We'll go for another 15 minutes. We'll go for another 15 minutes, and then we'll wrap it up. But yeah, if you don't want to take time to your point, then you make a point in the first place. Exactly, Elizabeth. Exactly. You want to try to get validation and try to act like you're smarter than they are. You know, and it's like, no, you're just full of crap. No, you're just full of crap. No, sweetheart, you're just full of crap. If you're not willing to further elaborate on your points, make an excuse of I can't explain. There's not enough characters. You know you can make a second post, dumbass. Oh my god. Oh, you're just vying to get that attention, vying to get that likes, and some of those likes were Brett made a good point. It was wait, 80. It was this one post got 8,300 likes, but this channel has that account only has 220 something followers. You get a viral post and you haven't even shot up in followers, so we can all know that ish is botted. That ish is botted, ladies and gentlemen. That ish is botted, okay? It is the botted clock, okay? It is botted. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. It's an easy day. I don't know. I'm just saying, man. I'm happy. I'm happy about the new transitions, though. I'm legitimately am happy about the new transitions, though. And oh shit.
We did not.
Okay, what's going on? Sorry. I'm looking at this. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, he's referring to. Oh, I know what video you're referring to. I saw that. That video went viral. Okay, no, there's a video. There's a huge video that I saw yesterday. There's a huge video that I saw yesterday. Or say the world will never be the same. This is from Think Before You Sleep. Think Before You Sleep made a big video about this, and he's I think it's like he's near 1 million subscribers. 1 million subscribers, but Think Before You Sleep did an hour and 40-minute video that is just absolutely crazy. And it goes over everything. It goes over just everything, man. It's fatigue. It's a lot of fatigue going on. But yeah, Think Before You Sleep did a huge video, and I agree. You know, never forget Yerna Zartska. I'm not gonna forget her name. I'm not gonna forget that, because that was insanity. I'm still pissed about that. I'm still, you know, absolutely disgusted by it, honestly. And it actually, Think Before You Sleep, when he got to that segment, to hear that there were more and more people in the black community trying to defend this motherfucker, trying to celebrate this motherfucker for doing it. You guys are scum. I'm sorry. You guys are absolute scum in my eyes. And of course, there was that infamous BLM tweet that they made that just set me off completely. Completely set me off. Ugh. Damn. I almost want to do a reaction to that video too, but nah, it's like, I might have to save that for a special moment or something like that, but yeah. No, they didn't learn anything from the Boondocks. I don't think the world has learned a damn thing from the Boondocks, honestly. It feels like the Boondocks got too much shit right, but no. Think Before You Sleep did an insane video. It has 360,000 views, but man, he went off, and it's like, he's not wrong. Like, he's completely not wrong about this. He's completely not wrong. He's made excellent points. You can't really refute his points, especially with the one thing I didn't find out about the whole Charlie Kirk thing, because everybody wanted to bring up the whole thing of, like, you said that, he said this about guns, that there has to be, that people will have to be, sacrificed in order to, protect our guns and shit like that. And you know what? I'm going to show you. I'll show you this one tweet. I'll show you this one quote that I'm like, y'all completely took that out of context. So let me find it. But dude goes off. He goes completely off, man. Where is it? We need to have... What was it? I'm trying to look for it. I'm trying to look for that. Quote, because they took that quote out of context.
So that you can defend yourself.
Oh, here we go. It was this right here, and it was this one quote that I thought was interesting. I was like, I did not know about that. So let me just jump this over to dual screen real quick.
So let's watch it.
I'm a big Second Amendment fan, but
so this right here.
Factually.
you know? And I don't think those people deserve death. You guys can't even deal with an actual, like, political discourse with a center-right political figure.
But the question is why? Why are they okay with this? What could he have possibly said that was so offensive that he deserved to die?
By the sword, die by the sword.
Yeah, this one right
He
here.
did say that gun deaths were an acceptable side effect of gun rights.
Charlie Kirk? I mean, he himself said a couple of deaths here and there aren't so bad to keep our Second Amendment right.
Yeah, you took it out of
I
that
recognize
context.
that crazy bitch. She's the one from the video that I did about leftist violence. What an unexpected cameo. But okay, he said something like people should die so his greedy ass can have guns. And they kept citing this clip here, so let's watch it.
I'm a big Second Amendment fan, but I think most politicians are cowards when it comes to defending why we have a Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is not about hunting. I love hunting. The Second Amendment is not even about personal defense. That is important. The Second Amendment is there, God forbid, so that you can defend yourself against a tyrannical government. Governments tend to get tyrannical, and that if people need an ability to protect themselves and their communities and their families. Now, we must also be real. We must be honest with the population. Having an armed citizenry comes with a price. Driving comes with a price. 50,000 people die on the road every year. That's a price. You get rid of driving, you'd have 50,000 less auto fatalities. But we have decided that the benefit of driving, speed, accessibility, mobility, having products, services, is worth the cost of 50,000 people dying on the road.
I mean, that sounds like a pretty reasonable argument.
He's not wrong. Like, he's not wrong. I don't think he was wrong about that at all. It's like, yeah, that's the unfortunate, and I think the whole thing with using, being able to have that freedom, especially when driving, that is a good point to make. It is, we do have to suffer 50,000, 50,000 traffic deaths a year, but it's an unfortunate sacrifice we have to make. He's not saying he's trying to he's not trying to say it's a great thing, but if you want to have this freedom to be able to drive a car, to be able to take guns, to own a weapon or something like that, that is the unfortunate trade-off. It is an unfortunate trade-off. He has a point.
Saying that someone should have died for that is batshit insane, because you can apply his logic to anything really, like workplace deaths. I'm willing to pay the cost of someone at some point getting into a lethal accident while stocking shelves so that I can drive to the store and go get groceries, and I know all of you are okay with that too. People in power plants die. Should we get rid of electricity? Do you know how many people would die if we got rid of electricity tomorrow? That would probably devastate the entire country. So I think most people would say that unfortunate accidents at power plants are worth the benefits of electricity. There's no utopian solution where nobody dies. Everything has a cost, and that's what he was saying. He's saying the death toll of not having guns...
And I think that's what it comes down to, is like you're coming at this with a utopian, with the idea that we're just going to have a perfect utopia, and that's never going to be the case. The idea of a perfect utopia will never work in reality. It will never work in reality. It will never work in society. It just can't. It's not possible. For that fucking utopia, sacrifices, you have to even make even more sacrifices for that utopian ideal. Guess what? Guess what? You have to give up a lot just for that. And if you look at it, it's kind of communism in a nutshell.
to be higher because of government tyranny. Like how Hitler disarmed the Jews, and well, we all know what happened after that. These are repeating cycles in history, which is why the reason for the Second Amendment is primarily to stop tyrannical governments. Now, since this gotcha moment from the psycho libs who think Charlie deserved to be shot was almost certainly about school shootings, let's listen to what he has to say about that.
So we need to be very clear that you're not going to get gun deaths to zero. It will not happen. You can significantly reduce them.
Yes, you can significantly reduce them, but you're not going to get rid of it entirely. That's how I kind of feel about, like, racism shit. It's like, racism will never be gone. You will never eliminate that. The concept of racism will never go away. because there's a human factor here. There's tribalism. There's all those factors, man. You can't get away from that. You can't get rid of it entirely. You can reduce it. Obviously, you can reduce it, but you can't get rid of it entirely. It's just not possible. That's what I'm trying to say.
Through having more fathers in the home, by having more armed guards in front of schools. We should have an honest and clear reductionist view of gun violence.
Yes.
But we should not have a utopian one. You will never live in a society when you have an armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun death. That is nonsense. It's drivel.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. People say, oh, Charlie, how do you stop school shootings? I don't know. How did we stop shootings at baseball games? Because we have armed guards outside of baseball games. That's why. How do we stop all the shootings at banks? We have armed guards outside of banks.
Thank you. I'm so glad that I'm not the only one saying that all you have to do is put armed guards at schools, and you would almost entirely end school shootings. Of course, two-parent homes are important, and I agree with all the other stuff he said, but if we wanted to end school shootings right now, a couple of guards at each school would stop them. And then we can work on the mental health and cultural issues that cause crimes like that to happen in the first place, which, you know, is the theme of this video. There's a reason why I've included Charlie talking about the importance of two-parent homes. It's a big deal. It's the biggest deal. Actually, speaking of communities that have high rates of single motherhood, here are some stats that I'm sure radical leftists don't want you to know. This comes from
the whole thing, and then the funny thing is the whole thing with the Irina Zarska situation is that people immediately start bringing up statistics, and people don't like the fact. People just simply do not like the fact about how some of those statistics are pretty harsh. That is clearly one side of the aisle. Well, it's not. It's one side of the aisle. It's clearly one outlier that is, creating most of those statistics. Man, I'm just. You can't you can't come at this with this utopian ideal, okay? It's not gonna work. You just can't. You can't. That's not how reality works. That's not how life works, man. You can't go at this with an utopian ideal that you're just gonna get rid of everything. All the problems. It's not. You can't. It's not working, man. It's unfortunate, yes, but if you want to have that, if you want to have those fundamental rights, those fundamental freedoms, unfortunately, that's a sacrifice. You can't eliminate, gun violence and all that shit. You can't eliminate that entirely. You can reduce it. And I think reduction, having a mentality focused on reducing it as much as possible is more beneficial in the long run versus trying to eliminate it outright, because we're not in a utopia here. It's a sad truth. You have to take individuals' will for a perfect utopian world. You have to take away individual rights. You have to take individual wills, That's a human factor. You have to take away the human factor for this to exist, for your utopian dream to exist. You have to take away the human factor. Take that away. As human beings, that's just how human beings are. That's how we are as a species. That's how we are as a society. That's how humans are, man. You can't. And it's just funny because they basically took what he said out of context. The whole "live by the sword, die by the sword." Yeah, you completely took it out of You completely took what he said out of context, because it's the thing. You're looking at this as you're looking at this from a utopian point of view, when you know damn well that's not going to work in society. Mm-hmm. Because it's funny, because I think about Midnight Rush and shit like that, and it's like... And it's like, it's never a utopia. It's never utopian, but it never was meant to be utopian, but it is very idealistic. Very idealistic, and it is... And it still feels grounded. It feels slightly better off. Slightly better off. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, just wanted to share that real quick. And this, we're getting there. We are definitely getting there. We're definitely getting there. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you all for hanging out with me on a kind of a regular Makini, on kind of like a more laid-back kind of Monday morning on this one. Like I said, I'm still working with getting the new setup and everything, but please let me know, guys. I want as much feedback as possible. What do you guys think of the new setup? What do you guys think of the new layouts? Us going back to OBS. You know, I take all feedback is incredibly welcome here. I really do. Really appreciate all the feedback. Especially let me know how you guys think about the new, you know, the transitions and such like that. So, you know, the new transitions for, you know, Makini in the morning, or Makini in the morning, and then the, you know, the transitions for Peak Gaming, the layouts and such like that. I'll show you the Peak Gaming one more time. You know, just let me know. Let me know. I really like to hear from you guys on that. So I'll keep working on this. I'm gonna add alerts. So by the next stream, I'm gonna start adding alerts. So that way, you know, we get alerts for raids, super chats, and all that good stuff. But I really appreciate all the feedback, and thank you guys for yesterday. I mean that. Thank you guys for yesterday. I feel like I really needed to hear that. So anyway, guys, smack that like button, make it jiggle. Smack that subscribe button, make it jiggle. All the good stuff. Just link to all my channel members. I got to send those batches out. We gotta do it this week. We gotta do it this week. Yeah, I owe you guys too. It's most of y'all overdue on term 9 anyway, so I gotta send the batches out. So anyway, follow me on Newgrounds, Etsy shop. Follow the community tab. I've been posting like crazy. I'm gonna have another art showcase. I'm gonna showcase another art post later this morning, so stay tuned for that. But you guys have been loving me showing off other people's other art that I find. And I put of course I put all the relevant links and such like that. But yeah, check out the community tab always. Etsy shop, Twitter, Newgrounds, links in the description. All of it's there. All that good stuff. And thank you for watching. I'm Makini 90 Arts German Illustrator, and welcome to the new and improved and balanced Makini in the morning. Until next time, take care, much love, stay cute, stay sexy, have fun. Never apologize for wanting to attract women in your media, especially in video games. Say no to censorship. Find your perfect balance. And above all else, never stop drawing. Have a great...
Cute, sexy, and fun. And that is definitely the best way to describe our channel members too. We'd like to thank everyone in the CSF Nation for your incredible support. Join the channel for as low as $1 a month to get access to exclusive art drops that Makini drops every 2 months for his channel members. And all your support goes to helping out the channel and helping Makini put out the best content he can for you all.
I boomered myself because I muted myself instead of the desktop audio, so that was my bad. My bad. Anyway, you guys something else to say. Anyway, that's it. I love y'all. In proper terms. Peace!
cute, sexy, and fun. And that is definitely the best way to describe our channel members too. We'd like to thank everyone in the CSF Nation for your incredible support. Join the channel for as low as $1 a month to get access to exclusive art drops that Makini drops every 2 months for his channel members. And all your support goes to helping out the channel and helping Makini put out the best content he can for you all to view and you all to enjoy. He appreciates all of your support, and we also appreciate your support as well. CSF Nation for life. Mwah! Gracias. Thank you for tuning in to Makini in the Morning and getting your morning started up on the right foot with us. If you enjoy this program, please smack that like button and make it jiggle. Share the show out to everyone you know. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everyone. Become a channel member for as low as $1 a month if you want to support Makini further, and if you want to help Makini reach his 4K subscriber goal, hit that subscribe button. You'll definitely will not regret it. I am Marisa Latelli, producer and weather girl for this very program, and we all want to wish you a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there. We will see you all next time here on Makini in the Morning. Mwah! Makini in the Morning is filmed before a live studio audience at Makini Studios in Arcadia Village's South Tower, right in the heart of the city. Would you like free tickets to the next Makini in the Morning live show? Of course you do. All you have to do is visit youtube.com/Makini90 or call 765-9077 toll free. We want to pass up on free tickets. For written transcripts, please send $5 to Lucky Negro Transcripts at P.O. Box 425, Palmetto Valley, CSF Nation. Makini in the Morning is produced by Silver Nine Productions with Makini Draws Productions in association with Innisla Lockhart Television and Makira Banks Entertainment, and is distributed by CSF Nation Domestic Television Distribution.